Okay, now I'd like to tell you the final version of a true story, the true story of Silas Greene, young country boy, in his very first visit to the big city. And I hope you find this story as fascinating as I did when I first heard it, and it went something like this. When Silas Greene of Pumpkinville prepared to leave the farm, his daddy thought some good advice might do the boy no harm. "My son," he said, "you're going away to that there distant city. You're going to look for wealth and fame. To fail would be a pity. See, the city's full of slickers, boy, card cheats and fast con men. They'll steal the gold out of your teeth, the ink out of your pen. Now here's a bit of good advice, you'll find that it is true. If you will slick the slicker first, he cannot swindle you." Now Silas in that big old town was seen in evil places. He met with men who played with cards and girls with painted faces. An evil man proposed to Si a simple gambling game with the simple task of matching cards. Blind poker was its name. Now when that gambler said, "I'll play these cards," Si should have been on guard. But recklessly he plunged right in and he bet on every card. For that crafty gambler, he dealt the cards. A slippery cuss was he, and by crooked dealing he made sure Si's first card was a 3. Now the next card dealt was poorer yet, and I know it's clear to you. There's one card lower than a 3, and that card is a 2. No quitter, Si put up more cash, thought he, "I'll do and dare," and the next card improved the hand, and Silas had a pair. So Silas bought another card, and Lady Luck seemed kind. For that card also was a deuce. He had 3 of a kind. Well, the best of things, someone has said, are sometimes out of place. Silas found this saying true. His last card was an ace. Well, the gambler, he had 4 kings, so he reached out to take the cash. But Si exclaimed in ringing tones, "Hey, slicker, don't be rash, for we play this game down on the farm and in some other places. And I have found when slickers deal, it's well to have 4 aces." Now the moral of this story, friends, I'm sure is plain to you. In a gambling game with Silas Greene, survivors will be few. For that legend that is Silas Greene is true, make no mistake. And that money you hold so near and dear, from you he may well take. Now his skill and great dexterity, it will not be displayed. The only clues he'll leave behind are in hearts, clubs, diamonds, and spades. Now whether blackjack, poker, red dog, or gin, he's still the best around. And even in the game of bridge, why, he'll take you straight downtown. Not a man who would rely on chance, bad luck he would dissuade. He'd deal himself a perfect hand with every card a spade. Now to keep the other players invested in the game, for them in hearts, clubs, diamonds, he'd often do the same. And that's the true story of the legend of Silas Greene. True story, kid you not.